11:59. Hey, we're early today. I know, 11:59. Here we are, Thursday, January 29th. You know why I'm early today, Rachel?
Why?
Because I totally spaced last week.
So this week you were committed to being here.
I don't know where my head was. So I apologize. I apologize out to you and to people who texted me and said, "What happened?"
Where
I'm
are
like,
you?
yeah, I got nothing. I have no, yeah, I don't know.
It happens. It happens. We humans are so flawed, and we've got error all over the place. I just hope I'm hoping when I'm working with people, they remember that I'm just a human.
That's right. Yes, exactly. And what I'm learning to do, which might segue well into this, what we're talking about, is laugh. Just laugh, just like, because you know what, in the past, I would really, beat myself up or overanalyze, what am I, what's going on with me? Am I, or, in my medical brain, am I getting Alzheimer's early? You just kind of catastrophize, either overanalyze, and not let yourself off the hook. But, now I'm just saying, I'm sorry.
Whoops.
Forgive
My
me.
bad. Mea culpa.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that. And you also mentioned right there when you said catastrophize and going to extreme or over analyzing, those are all words we use sort of in the psychology world to describe different cognitive distortions. And that sounds like a like distorted. Whoa, that's like terrible. But really, if I can name my thinking as, oh, that's a distorted thinking, then I realize it's not me. It's something about the way I'm looking at this is a little distorted. And then I can slow myself down, rewind, and look at it from multiple perspectives then.
Right.
Yeah. Bring in the wise mind, bring in the reasonable mind and the emotion mind, and then have them to make a determination.
Yes. Recognize. Yeah. And so you're talking about wise and emotional in that dialectical space, and then also in the internal family system space, like, oh, this is my internal critic that is trying to help me out here. And right. And how can I invite that part of myself in, and to ask some questions and bring it closer, and
what's important to learn from that part. But then also there's the creative and the adventurous part of you that wants to be a little bit more light with it and laugh and not get so heavy about it, not let it, deter your day and sabotage.
Right. Just spiral me down and blah, blah. I'm the worst person in the world. Yeah. Right.
So something to learn from it and something to kind of move on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we've been taking this first month of the year, January, and we're here at the end of it already. Wow. To kind of slow down and really think about what we want out of the year, and reflect on, we've done some reflection, and then we've done some looking forward.
Right.
And and then hopefully culminating in maybe creating this word or phrase, that could kind of umbrella over the year to inform our choices and our goals, and be in line with the values that we have for the year. So did I say that well? Do you want to add to anything?
I think we talked about it being a word of the year, or it could be a phrase of the year. We've talked about how if we keep it in mind and we're forming it based on our reflection from the past year, what we want more of, what we want less of, usually a theme will kind of bubble up. A theme will kind of surface where we recognize, like, I just want blank. I want to, and there's typically like a word or kind of an idea that could be really, like you said, an umbrella over every area of our life. And so we want to, we want to pick a word or a phrase that's not too specific so that it can really help guide us. And if we keep it in mind, we can ask ourselves the question every day, but certainly every week, every month, every year, as we move through the year, is this in line with what I wanted? How is this moving towards my goal? Is it moving me towards my goals, or is it moving me away from my goals? And that question is non-judgmental. It's very objective, and it's an easy question to answer.
Yeah.
You know right away if you're about to do something, is it moving me toward my goal or away? That's a really easy answer.
Yeah, it's helping you stay, like you use the word objective. You're like, you're observing, you're making an observation versus a judgment.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And that observation can help you decide whether or not you want to continue with what you were doing or pivot somewhere else.
Yeah. Right.
And meanwhile, if you know what your goal is it moving me toward my goal or away from my goal? Well, what is the goal, or what is the word of the year? What is the way that you want to show up that can really kind of motivate and inspire action? And so that's why we really encourage people to choose wisely, take time to think about this and really design something that matters, so that when that word comes up and you look at it on your sticky note on your computer, or written on, in dry erase marker on your mirror or on your fridge, it's like kind of grounding. It kind of pulls you into the center, into intention, and it's powerful.
Yeah. So in that light, Rachel, would you share your word for the year?
I will share my word for the year. So it took me a while. I didn't come up with this until last week. And normally I have an idea in the early part of January, but this one took me a while. I typically will create an acronym that every letter of the word means something. And I might still do that, but that's not how it started. This started as just the word. But I do like to build out an acronym, so it kind of further explains the word to myself. It helps me gain clearer understanding. But the word is optimize. And of course, that's a very broad word. And it only has to make sense to you, right? So if I say optimize, that may not, like, what do you mean? I know what it means, right? So it only has to make sense to you, but it definitely can apply to every area of my life. I want to optimize myself in my career. I want to optimize my physical body, my mental body, my spiritual body. And the reason I'm choosing the word optimize, I think it's a very powerful word. It's a very hopeful, energized, good word. It kind of infers like top, like I'm shooting for the top of what I'm capable of what I'm able to do. And it also is because it's reminding me that, Rachel, you have now what it takes to do the things you want to do. The last couple of years, I spent a lot more time investing in myself, both financially and in time and in my career. I've put some things in place. And now, rather than continuing in that mindset, I want to take what I have and try to optimize. What can I get out of what I have? Right.
Use the skills that you've spent this time building.
Yeah.
And now move forward with in the skills and the confidence that you have, that you've created in what you've created. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Yay.
And it feels empowering. It doesn't feel, I'm at a point in my life, and this I think is an important statement. Somebody else might hear this and think that I'm maybe going all or nothing, or I'm pushing myself too hard. But in this stage of my life, and what I am capable of, based on being a new empty nester and having some things open up, I'm capable of optimizing, and I want more of myself in certain areas, and I can. Right. And of course, I'm going to work within my limitations, within my capacity, keeping my bigger values in check the whole time. I'm not interested in burning myself out or hurting myself, physically in some way or something. Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at. I hope I can build the word out even more. But what about you? What is yours?
Yeah, that's great. Optimize. That's great. My word is play. Play. And I think I shared that with you before, and I might have said it already, but so play in the sense of, not in the sense of irresponsible, but in the spot. So, and I did do the acronym thing since it's such a short word.
Yeah.
But in the sense of P for pace, pacing and peace in the pacing, so because sometimes I do bite off more than I can chew. So being at peace with the process, but so that kind of brings in what I've built on in the last 2 years, practicing the presence of people and ruthless elimination of hurry. Yeah. And so that kind of pulls that in. And then that, pacing myself allows space for staying creative, which so there's room for creativity. Mm-hmm. And there's room for spontaneity. Yeah. So that's the P part of it. And the L, we talked about it a little bit, is laughter and not taking myself so seriously, or not taking life so seriously. So, and then the A then is that awareness, peace, so just continuing to stay open, observant, objective, and then youthfulness, so, am I doing something to keep me younger longer? So what am I, are the choices that I'm making keeping me younger longer? So this whole idea of, so I am, and it's not just play like, yes, I want to play tennis. So what is this more tennis? So what's that going to look like? Well, I have to do a little training for tennis, because I have to rehab my shoulder before I can hit the court, that sort of thing. I want to play the piano. Okay. So there's some goals around that. But I'm not going to bite off more than I can chew. I'm pacing myself, pace. Uh-huh. And then I want to play more, do more fun things, exploring Oregon. Like we went to the Painted Hills last week. I've lived in Oregon for 30 years. Never been to the Painted Hills. Last week I went.
Nice.
Yeah. This weekend we're going to a concert. That was my Christmas present I gave to my husband. He's following this singer. And so we're going to go to this concert and have a real fun time. Yeah. And so I did some CME already this year with this play in mind, not because I had to and I got to CME. No, it's like, what am I going to learn? How can I stay open to everything? How can this be fun for me?
Right.
Yeah. So
that was L. What's A?
Oh, well, I'm sorry. A is the awareness. Sorry.
Awareness.
And then the Y is staying young.
Oh, young. Okay. I'd missed them that they were, okay. Gotcha.
No worries.
So pace and peace for the process.
Yes.
Laughter, awareness, and youthfulness.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So guys, see the acronyms are so fun because it really expands the word and gives so much depth to what you're trying to do. Yeah. So for the people who are listening and who might be watching this later, we want to encourage you to build out your word of the year, your phrase of the year. And then a couple guidelines I want to encourage people to do. First, realize that this is a living, breathing document, meaning it can ebb and flow and change at any minute of any day, right? If you pick something and then in a couple weeks or months, you're like, it bugs me. It doesn't quite click. Pick something new. Also recognize that if you really apply this and really focus in, you might feel like you sort of accomplish or achieve what you set out to achieve pretty quickly, maybe within the first 5 or 6 months. And then you might pick a second word or phrase of the year for the second half of the year. Yeah. Or you might add on based on some changes in your life that have happened. You might find that you need a new, sort of guiding or an additional guiding principle.
Great.
So be open to changing it, be open to scrapping it and starting fresh with a new one, be open to add on to it. But also to really take a moment right now to think, how will I keep it in mind? Because like with any new habit, with any new goal, we can set them and it's easy to set them and be intentional. But then how do we keep it?
Sorry, dog. Excuse me, Maisie. Maisie, come here.
There must be a delivery person at the door. So how do you remember? How do you remember the word every morning? How do you set up a reminder system so that you keep it going, and not just drop it off. And by March, you're like, oh, that's right, I was doing this thing. What are some ideas for you that you do to sort of really keep it
right?
Front mind?
Yeah. Well, so so I have a journal every day, and so that word is kind of right there, front and center in my journal, and so I'm not 100%, but I journal probably 5 out of 7 days of the week.
Yeah,
and it's right there, kind of reminding me.
There you go. So every day that you pick that journal up, you're going to see that word, and it's going to remind you. And by doing that, you're going to be like really building in that groove in your brain, so that on the days that you don't do your journal, or you forgot to write it, your brain will still be like, hey, psst, that play thing. It's gonna kind of work for you. Yeah. Fantastic. I do the same thing. I have my sort of daily journal and like to-do list. And then I, the few phrases or words of the year that I'm kind of practicing, I rewrite them every morning at the top of the page, so that it's a written thing that my hand has to do. And then meanwhile, my brain is thinking about it.
Connecting to your brain. Yeah.
Connecting it to my brain. I also, you and I are working through this new book for this new group, the DET for emotional eating. And we're both doing it ourselves, right? Doing it for our own selves, but also to learn it, to work through with people in coaching, and in the practice. And so in doing that, there's been a lot of things I'm trying to remember, a lot of skills I'm trying to practice. Right. So one of the things I did is I set a reminder in my Google Calendar on my phone that is a task that pops up every day, twice a day. In the morning, it's that they talk about recommitting.
Recommit. Right?
Recommit every day. Recommit. So it says recommit, but I have to click on the task, and I've listed out my pros and cons, and I've listed out a little thing that I want to read to myself. It takes 20 seconds, but it's wording that's important to me. And so before I can click done on the task, in the app,
wow,
there we go. I got a bubble, a thumbs up. Then I have to read it through. And then I have one in the evening that's helping me with some of my evening strategies that I'm not optimizing. So then I've got
that's a Google app, Rachel? That's a Google
app? It's my Google Calendar. That is where it's the calendar that it's all my brains, my business appointments, all talk to it, and and then I have it on my phone. My phone will tell me, this is your next appointment, here's your next thing you're doing, and tasks pop up, and I can put the tasks anywhere in the day, and I can, just like anything with the calendar, you can make it repeat, you can say how frequent, when to stop. That's a great idea, putting it in your calendar, and then you have to do it before you can get rid of the task. Right.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to think how that might work into my routine.
Yeah, it's tricky. I think these electronic calendars can be one more thing that people of our generation specifically are not we don't like them as much, but they do come with some really nice perks and features. Yeah. Yes, I still like a good old fashioned planning. No, I mean, this is a big old yearly. I still do paper on pen. But my calendar this way, and anywhere I go, I can have it, with me anywhere. I can know what my appointments are. I can change.
Right. Yeah. That is very helpful. Yeah. Good thoughts. That recommitment every day is so important. And we can, it's applicable to lots of areas of our life. Yeah. We're recommitting sometimes without even recognizing that, but recommitting every day. That's a great skill to have. And then having your word of the year along with that recommitment.
Yeah.
So important.
And in that commitment, I mean, it can feel laborious sometimes. I know with goals and reminders and recommitting every day, it can feel like I hear people say sometimes, why should I have to do that? I shouldn't have to do that.
Obligatory versus voluntary.
there are so many messages coming at me from the world, from the TV, from just what I see other people doing, that it's very hard for me, my personality, to stay in my lane and on my track unless I remind myself every day.
Yeah.
And especially if I'm trying to change something, if I'm trying to build a new habit or change a bad habit, I need reminders constantly to,
Right.
and when I recommit, there's some language that I read every morning that reminds me why I'm doing this. What's like really important to me? What do I hope to gain from it? And what version of me am I looking for? And those words are powerful. And when I read them, I'm like, yeah, like it's like, you find that new motivation and intrinsic motivator.
Right. Yeah. And it's, it's really interesting that, because out of obligation versus out of desire, two different kind of mindsets. And I can still do it if I don't want to do it. I can still do it if I don't like doing it. I can do it if it's hard, I can still do it. But I like the idea that I'm kind of showing myself, oh, here's your lane. Where's my lane? Oh, here's your lane.
It's right here.
Okay, here's my lane. Here's my lane. Okay. Okay, I can get in my lane. All right. Because, it's so easy for me to, drive on the left side of the road when I need to be on the right side. Oh, okay. Here's my lane. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. And we don't even realize we're jumping into other people's lanes. We don't even know it's happening. So that daily commitment and reminder is like, it seems silly. Why do we forget what our lane is? I don't know. I can't explain that. But because, we're like, rabbit, shiny thing, we have short attention spans. We like things that are new and fun and no, what's my lane? Why did I pick this lane to begin with?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good. It's good. All right. Well, speaking of lanes,
how are you going to segue this?
I don't know.
Do it. I know you can do it.
I need to jump into the fast lane and get to the grocery store.
There we go. And she did it.
Because my fridge is empty. No, actually, we're headed out of town for the weekend. So we've been depleting the refrigerator.
Yep. On purpose.
Yeah, my husband made this huge batch of vegetable soup. And so I've been eating that down. Now giving it, I'm sick of it actually 4 days in a row. We can freeze it, which is the beauty of that. Or, my dogs can enjoy it too.
There you go.
It's not going to go to waste.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm cutting up the last bits of broccoli, cabbage, shaving the last bits of carrots. And there's probably some frozen fish or grass-fed beef in there that I'll kind of drum up. But yeah, we're down to the dregs, which is okay.
There you go. Yeah. I can get kind of playful to see how you can. We talk
a little Tabasco,
Yeah. What's a random thing I can add to this to make to just, sometimes it's just about eating something for the sake of eating it out of the fridge and being done with it.
Yeah, Tabasco's fermented, by the way.
I know. My husband loves Tabasco. He eats. I frankly think too much of it just because I can't believe how many bottles we go through a week and I can't stand the smell of it. And I'm like, and then I find out it's fermented. I'm like, dang it. I can't judge his
It really helped on the fourth day of the soup. Awesome.
It's just annoying when I've spent all this time in the kitchen making this meal that's amazing and flavored with all these spices. And he's like, where's my Tabasco?
Yeah. Before he even tastes it.
But fine, whatever. It's fermented. It's good for you. I can't stand the stuff. Whatever. I'll eat something else that's fermented.
What about you? What are you doing?
Yeah, what am I doing? So we have moved into this smaller condo for a little while, and it's a very small
eyeballing your kitchen back there.
That's my tiny little kitchen, and my refrigerator's this big. It's a wee little fridge. It's so cute. I'm 5'9". I have to bend down and toward the freezer's this big. I did not anticipate that. I did not know when we moved in. So it's really changing. We're at the grocery store 2 or 3 times a week.
Fresh.
We can't buy in bulk at Costco, which is not a good or bad. I mean, sometimes bulk from
It's
there
just
is really
what
good.
it is.
That's what it
It's
is.
a shift.
And typically we have a lot of things on hand in our pantry or freezer to where we kind of like are very spontaneous eaters. We just kind of like, what do we want to do? And we just kind of go with one of our known things and we whip it up because we always keep things on hand. I can't do that here. I have to be really mindful and planful. So I'm getting better at literally making a food list. I haven't done that since the kids were little. Like, what are we eating on Monday? What are we eating on Tuesday? Wow. These are skills I have not practiced in a really long time. But
they're in there. They're in there.
I'm like, I'm looking through the files. How do I do this? And I think I found one. I'm figuring it out. So the last 2 nights, because we had leftovers, I made this incredible black bean meatball. It was a labor of love because as any meatball, either real meat or bean meat, it's a labor of love. You're making them, you're baking them, whatever. So tonight we're out of leftovers, and tonight we're going to make, this one, and we're going to make Nourish Bowls with my orange sauce. The orange sauce that we make.
Yeah, love it. Yeah. Yes.
So
sorry,
that's tried and true. That's easy.
Go for it. Yeah.
There we go. So that's dinner.
Yay. Nourish Bowls. I cannot get, they never go out of style. I never tire of a Nourish Bowl.
Because of the variety. You can change it up so much. Anything can go. Yeah.
And they're beautiful. The color in it is just gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, I see that's my cue. Oh. All right. Well, I'm gonna sign off, but you'll have a great day, and we'll get you next time.
See you next week, everybody.
All right. Bye.